In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. There are enough number of people amongst us who think that they are a deprived person, that they don't have the amenities of life, that they don't have a good nice house to live in, a nice car to ride, nice food and good clothings. The people of good society to interact with, to socialize with. There are enough number of people who are cursing their country, their parents, their society, everything else. They do have the complaints against everyone else. Why? Because they don't have the abundance of resources. This has become the reason that they think their life is unenjoyable, that they are not enjoying their life, they are not happy with what they have. They think that certain people are lucky, they got everything which is considered desirable here in our society. They have all the things. They just have to live and they just have to spend the money. They are least bothered to earn with the hard work. Plus, the money they are getting is in abundance. This has developed the thinking of majority of many of the people here in our society, unfortunately. So the people belonging to this type of thoughts, their life is unenjoyable indeed. Why? Because they themselves have considered it as something, as a life which is not enjoyable, as a life which is not desirable, as a life which is not a blessing. Although even these people don't want to die. Do ask them, do ask them that if a life is such a burden, so will you like to die? They people will say, no, I don't want to die. As a matter of fact, they want to live longer. So then I think they should be asked that isn't it like the life is very precious then? Ask them a question. I do have a question for these people. If at all a richest person, a very rich person has died, will you like to change yourself with that particular person who is going to be buried or has been buried? Will you like to change yourself with him, with her? There will be an instant no. They will not like to change themselves even with a dead king, even with a dead billionaire. So they should be asked, doesn't it mean that the life is quite a precious one? If the life is not that much precious, why don't you change yourself with a person who was very rich, who was very rich but he has died very now? Why don't you change yourself with that particular person? The obvious reason is that the life is more precious than anything else. That the life cannot be bought even with the billions of rupees. It's not only the life which is worth billions of rupees but trillions of dollars. It is even a single hand of ours. What about the value of our hands? I think even these hands cannot be sold even with the billions of dollars. Look upon our eyes, how precious they are. Will you like to sell your eyes against millions of dollars? These people should be asked. Will you like to change your life with a person who is a blind but a rich person? Again, they will say, no, I don't want to change my life with the life of a person who is, despite being a millionaire, he is blind. So, what should it mean? It does mean that the eyes are more precious than the millions and the millions of dollars, than the tens of millions of dollars. The eyes are more precious, the hands are more precious, the legs are the more precious. Each and every organ of our life is more precious. So, shouldn't it mean that I am not a deprived person at all, that I am a rich person? Because even if one organ of my life, my body, is that much precious that I am not ready to sell it against the millions of dollars, so shouldn't it mean that I am quite a rich person? The kind of assets which I am having are 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 worth billions of dollars in cumulative form. I think I'm not a deprived person. We need to tell those people, and we need to understand that it is the life which is more important than even the billions of dollars. The life of a human being is a priceless. The life of a human being is priceless indeed. Not only the life, just one organ of our body. Look upon the eyes, how much precious our eyes are. Look upon the legs, how precious our legs are. Even if there is a person who can ride one's own planes, if a person has a fleet of aeroplanes but does not have the legs and cannot walk, isn't he she unlucky person? They people are the unlucky person indeed, despite being so wealthy, despite being filthy rich. These people are unlucky because they cannot walk with their own legs and feet, although they do have their own aeroplanes. They have a fleet of their own aeroplanes, not to talk about the vehicle which runs on the ground. My dear friends and fellows, look upon the people who don't have their hands. I think this is something which is enough to tell, and which is enough to explain that it is the life which is more important than anything else. And if it is the organs of the life, it are the limbs which are more important. My dear friends and fellows, I think from now onward, those people should stop calling themselves as the unlucky person, should stop calling themselves as the deprived person. They are neither unlucky nor they are a deprived person at all. Rather, they are quite lucky. Not only that, I think the kind of life, obviously, the life comprises the years and the months and the weeks and the days. I think even a single day of our life is very much important. It is more important than the millions of dollars. My dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, why don't we understand the importance of the life? Why don't we understand that we are not a deprived person at all? My dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, we need to understand it. We need to understand it properly before it is too late. The trouble with us is that because we fail to understand the importance of the life, so for that reason alone, we are unable to enjoy the life. It is not the lack of the money due to which we are not enjoying our life. We are not enjoying our days and hours. Rather, it is our inability to understand the value of the life. Therefore, that reason we are unable to understand and unable to understand the importance of the life. As far this money is concerned, okay, the money is good, but money is just the paper. If at all we do have the kilos and the kilos of the gold, and maybe tens of kilos of gold, but if at all all of that is nothing as compared to our life, as compared to a single year of our life, as compared to a single month of our life, as compared to a single week of our life. Ask the people, The richest people, the very rich people who have died recently, ask them that will I mean were they offered that they can buy a year more of their life if at all they do pay $1 billion. I think they would have accepted it instantly by paying $1 billion, billion of dollar. They were more than willing to buy one more year of their life. So for that reason, I think it should be evil. We should be able to understand the value and the importance of the life. But the people, despite their willingness to buy one year against the billions of dollars, they will not be they will not be able to have it. They cannot buy even one year of their life against billions of dollars because they were a very rich person and they were able to pay. They could have paid it easily, but this opportunity was not given to those people at all. My dear friends, the life we are living is precious. The life we are living is very, very precious. Not only the whole of the life, or rather every year of our life, every month and every week of our life is very important. Our day is very important. And not only this thing, the kind of limbs we have got, every organ of our life is very important. Every limb of our life is very important. I think we need to understand it properly. We are before we are able to enjoy our life, because we will never be able to enjoy our life at all unless and until we do know that the importance of the time, importance of the life we have got, importance of the every year, every month, and every week of the every week out of our life we have got. And not only that, unless and until we are able to understand the limbs of our body, and we are able to understand the organ and each organ of our body, I think our life will not become enjoyable at all, and we will remain deprived. I think after this discussion, we should never ever call ourselves as a deprived person. We are not a deprived person at all. Rather, we are a rich person. We are a very rich person indeed, because we don't have to eat the dollars, because we don't have to eat the gold, because the life cannot be bought with the money and with the gold, no matter how big quantity of it is, no matter how big of the quantity is going to be offered for the sake of life, for the sake of the limbs and the organs of our body. Thank you. Please stop calling yourself as a deprived person, because you are not a deprived person at all. Rather, you are quite a rich person. Thank you.